friends, hope you're all well. Welcome back to another episode of Nintendo Nightcap, bringing you your Nintendo news. Hope you're all well. How is it going? Just two stories today, pretty short video, but interesting news nonetheless. One has to do with the Nintendo Switch 2 rumors, but is it reliable or just someone trying to make a name for themselves? And secondly, we got to talk about Charles Matinet. Yes, the long time forever voice of Mario is finally stepping down, but moving into a new role. What is it? We're going to get into it. Yes, we are. But before we do, if you like what you see, you like the content, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, and bell? Helps us all out loads. And then pull up a chair with us as we delve into today's first story, which, as I said, is Charles Matinet. Yes, the longtime voice of Mario is stepping down from his role. He's not even the voice of Mario in Mario Wonder. Who is it? We don't know yet. But Nintendo did release a statement, which reads, Charles Matinet has been the original voice of Mario in Nintendo games for a long time, as far back as Super Mario 64. Charles is now moving into a brand new role of Mario Ambassador. With this transition, he will be stepping back from recording character voices for our games, but he'll continue to travel the world sharing the joy of Mario and interacting with you all. It has been an honor working with Charles to help bring Mario to life for so many years, and we want to thank and celebrate him. Please keep an eye out for a special video message from Shigeru Miyamoto and Charles himself, which we will post at a future date. So that was Nintendo's statement, but also Eurogamer reached out to Nintendo and asked them about his involvement in Mario Wonder, and this is what Nintendo had to say. Regarding Super Mario Bros. Wonder, while Charles is not involved in the game, we're excited to honor his legacy and contributions, including looking ahead to what he'll be doing as Mario Ambassador, a Nintendo spokesman said. Character voice actors for Mario and or Luigi in Super Mario Bros. Wonder will be credited in the game's credits, so please wait for the game to be released. But yeah, there we go. So we'll have to wait and see what he's going to do as part of his new ambassador role. It'd be interesting to see what he tells us with Miyamoto in their future video. And it'd be interesting to see, you know, who is going to be voicing them in the future. I know some people wanted Chris Pratt. Not going to happen. I actually would have liked that, but it would have been a lot of work for him. So interesting news, and we just have to wait, watch this space to see what the future holds for Mr. Matinet. Next up, the Nintendo Switch 2 has gone through a name change, at least if we believe wannabe leaker on Twitter, Jonathan Bark, who has himself posted what he claims to be the logo to Nintendo's next console, which we see here is supposedly named the Nintendo Focus. Before we go into whether we think it's real or just a big fat fake by someone trying to make a name for themselves, let's go on to talk about what else he said, because he also claims that Nintendo is working on a 3D platformer as a launch title named Relno. He then goes on to say that they'll be releasing the new F-Zero game called F-Zero Titan, and on top of all of that, he also claims they're working on a new ARMS game. He has also in the past released what he claims to be leaked photos of the UI of the new, what he calls the Nintendo Focus. On there had games such as Splatoon, I think Assassin's Creed Origins, I think on there. It seems a lot of people think they are fake. This guy, I have no idea who he is. He's got a very small following on Twitter. He has, though, posted and claimed that he will follow up in the coming days with more photos and videos of what he claims to be the new Nintendo console. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that, see if he keeps his word. I tend to think it's a big fat fake. The logo itself seems extremely easy to mock up, and as others have claimed, why would the UI be testing Assassin's Creed Origins? It just seems like a really random game to have on there, although I would like to have that on the Nintendo's next console, whatever it's called. But it did throw up a few questions in my head, namely, do we think Nintendo will move away from the Switch name? It seems like an odd thing to do. I wouldn't put it out of the question. I can imagine Nintendo coming out with a brand new name, but it seems silly to move away from the Switch name where you have such a massive fan base that will gravitate towards it. So I don't know about that. In terms of the games, we don't know what they want with F-Zero. We don't know if it's ever going to come back. ARMS is a very interesting one, though, because I do think they're going to release a sequel. The original, I think it's nearing 3 million copies sold, if not more. So, and it was a really good game. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but it was original. The combat was pretty satisfying. The soundtrack was awesome. It had amazing characters, and it was really fun. And it showed a lot of promise. And I always thought if they did release a sequel to ARMS, it could be something they could make really special. So I hope ARMS is being made. I think it probably would be. I do expect them to release a sequel for it because for a new IP, it did sell very well. Regarding this guy, I have no idea who he is. He has a really small following on Twitter. Most people seem to believe this stuff is fake, but I will keep an eye to see what he does release in the coming days and see if he keeps his promise. What do you guys at home think though? Do you believe it's real? Do you believe Nintendo will be releasing a new F-Zero? Do you think they'll release ARMS 2? Or do you think they'll have an entirely new game, maybe Metroid Prime 4, as a launch title for the Switch? Let us know in the comments. But that is the video for today, so I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow with more Nintendo news. So until then, have an awesome one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I shall see you all tomorrow. So have a good one. Take care and bye.